So, how are you supposed to plan your career when it feels like the ground is just constantly shifting under your feet? I mean, in the age of AI, that's the big question, right? It's on everyone's mind. So, in this explainer, we're going to unpack a whole new way to think about your job, your security, and your timing. Let's dive in.
Okay, let's kick things off with an idea that might feel a little backwards at first. The number one threat to your career, it's not some super smart robot coming for your job. No, it's something way quieter, way sneakier. It's you mastering a skill that's slowly becoming irrelevant without you even noticing.
And this right here, this is the big shift. For decades, it was all about craftsmanship, you know? How well could you do the thing? But now, there's a new skill that's way more important, knowing when to stop. It's about strategic quitting. It's having the foresight to see where things are headed and making a move before you're forced to.
So let's really nail down what this threat is, because I promise you, it is probably not what you think it is. See, here's where a lot of people get it wrong. AI isn't coming for your entire profession. It's not that black and white. It's more like a precision tool that zeroes in on specific tasks, the tasks that have become routine, predictable, standardized. So the question isn't, will a robot take my job? The real question is my work turning into a recipe?
So what exactly is standardized work? Well, think of it like this. It's any task where the path from A to B is already mapped out. It's predictable, you can do it over and over, and it's easy for someone to check your work because they know exactly what the outcome should look like. There's not a lot of guesswork left.
Let's break that down even more. You really have to ask yourself, is a big chunk of my job repeatable? Are the problems I solve basically answerable with a known formula? Could a junior person or even a piece of software easily verify if my work is correct? If you find yourself nodding along to these, that's a sign that your work might be in the automation danger zone.
And that's really the big takeaway here. The danger isn't some external boogeyman, like, oh no, AI is so powerful. The real danger is an internal condition. It's when your unique, valuable skills start to feel less unique and more like a common, easily swapped out commodity. That's when the clock really starts ticking. All right, now for the part that's going to mess with your head a little bit. What if I told you the most dangerous time in your career isn't when you're struggling, but when you feel like you're on top of your game? Let's get into this weird paradox.
So let me just ask you, when do you think you're most at risk? Is it when you're the new person, fumbling around trying to learn the ropes? Or is it when you finally hit your stride and everything feels easy?
Believe it or not, the real danger is when things feel easy. That moment of peak competence, you know? When the work is almost muscle memory, you know what's going to happen, you barely make mistakes, you're super fast. It's a trap. It feels amazing, it feels like success, but it could actually be the beginning of the end for your learning curve. You've stopped growing.
Man, this quote just hits so hard. Being really good at this can easily translate to being the world's foremost expert on something nobody needs anymore. You've become the king of a castle, but the castle walls are closing in every single day.
Okay, that was a little scary. So, we've figured out the threat, we've identified the danger of getting too comfortable. So what's the play? What do we actually do about it? Well, this is all about the new playbook for not just surviving, but actually thriving.
The old way of thinking was pretty simple. Just learn more stuff, add more software to your resume, stack up those skills. But that's not enough anymore. The new game is about actively managing the lifespan of your role. You have to work to keep your role relevant. Why? Because entire roles can disappear way faster than you can build up a new set of skills.
So what do these survivor roles look like? Well, they're less about doing the task and more about shaping the work. It's about being the person who frames the problem in the first place, who defines how we'll decide what's good, who persuades people and gets everyone on the same page. It's about turning that repetitive stuff you used to do into a system that runs itself. That's the stuff humans are still uniquely good at.
All right, enough theory. Let's get super practical. How do you know for sure when it's time to make a change? This is your early warning system. Forget gut feelings. These are the cold, hard signals you need to watch.
It all boils down to just three signals. If you keep an eye on these, you can take all the emotion and the guesswork out of it and make a decision based on actual data about your own career.
Here they are. Signal number 1, money. Pretty straightforward. Is the market paying less for what you do? Are your freelance rates getting pushed down? Is your salary stuck even though you're getting better? That's a huge sign. Number 2, authority. Are you making fewer decisions?
Are you spending more of your time just executing on plans that other people made? And number 3, language. Is the way you talk about your job starting to sound old? When you go to a conference, are people using terms you don't recognize? That's a big red flag.
And here's the trigger. This is the alarm bell. Seeing one of these signals flicker might just be a blip on the radar, but when you see any 2 of them, money and authority, language and money, any combination, moving in the wrong direction at the same time, that is your signal. The window of opportunity to make your next move has just opened.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a completely new and, honestly, much more powerful idea of what career stability actually means in this day and age.
This is it. This is the whole idea in a nutshell. Stability isn't a safe job you can cling to for 30 years anymore. Stability is now a dynamic skill. It is the ability and the courage to see what's coming and move to higher ground before the valley floods. It's about being proactive, not reactive.
In the end, the people who thrive in this new world won't be the ones who are just the best at doing a specific task. They're going to be the ones who successfully make the leap from execution into judgment, from doing the work to shaping the work. And crucially, they'll be the ones who master the timing of that leap.
So I'll leave you with this question to really think about. Be honest with yourself. In the last 2 years, has the fundamental nature of your work really changed? Have the problems you're solving evolved? If the answer is no, not really, then it might be time to start paying very, very close attention to those 3 signals. Thanks so much for joining me.